myself. Alright. Hey, it's Being Indira, your favorite life coach and founder of Brown Girls Heal Movement, and it's baby Aiden with me today.
I can baby.
Yes, you do, baby. I am doing a long overdue video that you guys have asked for. My Q&A. What surgery did I get? How much did it cost? What was my pain level? I'm finally here to answer all of your questions. Yesterday made an official 1 month of getting my surgery, and I am so excited. I can't believe it went by so fast. I'm like, listen, when they put you on restrictions and those restrictions are 6 weeks, it seems so far. But to know like next week I will literally be done with all restrictions makes me so happy. Yes, makes you happy too. So now I can finally pick you up.
I can that, baby.
So let's jump right into these questions. A lot of you guys asked me questions on Instagram when I did my Q&A, and you guys also put things in my DM. So I'm like, let me answer it. First question, one of the questions I got, well, these two questions are like the #1 questions. But the first question is, what surgery did you get? So for those of you who don't know, I got a breast lift. I got my girls done. A lot of you guys saw I might have gotten implants or what is that, a BBL? No, I didn't do any of that. I just went and got a breast lift. Why did you get this surgery? I'm gonna be honest with you. Your girl did not want no breast lift. Aiden, don't show the people your mouth. You chew with your food, your mouth closed, okay? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 5. Say yes, ma'am. Thank you. So a lot of you guys like, why did you get this surgery? It was not by choice. Like, I did not want the breast lift. To be honest, I called initially to do a consultation for a breast augmentation, which is what you guys know as implants. I have always wanted to get a boob job. Like, I've always felt like my boobs look like raisins in the sun, just dried up. Like, it was not it for me. I've always had the smaller size, and I thought like, when your girl gets older, I'm going to develop. Honey, 21 came and went, 25 came and went, and I was like, clearly we forgetting something over here. Anytime I got pregnant, my boobs would be so big. Like, I was wearing a double D, everything. Then like the minute I stopped breastfeeding, they were gone. And I'm like, God, what you trying to do? Play hide and go seek with me? 1 minute I see my boobs, 1 minute I don't. That wasn't gonna work for me. So I'm like, okay, I want my boobs done. I want my boobs done. I want my boobs done. It's always been a goal of mine. Like, even on my vision board this year, I wrote boob job, but then I scratched it off because I didn't think it was possible for me. But we're gonna get into that part later. So I called, did my consultation. Consultation was only $75, but I'll explain that when I get to the pricing part. But I did my consultation, and I had to send in my pictures of my girls. I'm like, perfect. So then I had my, I'm going to say, I think it was May 18th, I had my call with my doctor. But first I spoke with the nurse, and she was like, so I'm going over your pictures, and I know you're down for a breast augmentation, but unfortunately you're going to need a lift first. A lift? In my soldier boy voice. Say a lift. No, ma'am. That's not what I called you for. That's not what I asked for. And last time I checked, a lift on top of an augmentation is double the price, and that ain't what I asked for. And so I was crying. I'm like, are you sure? Like, no way. And I'm like, I'm already a B cup. If I get a lift, I'm just gonna look like a little boy, and that's not what I want to look like. Y'all, I was legit crying on the phone during the consultation. So then my doctor gets on the phone, and I'm still crying, and she was like, so I know you wanted to get the augmentation, but it does look like you need a lift. I was like, I don't want a lift. That's not what I want. I'm gonna look like a boy. And she was like, well, do me a favor, look down. She was like, what do you see? And before I can answer, she was like, probably nothing, and that's why you need a lift. I was like, oh. You're the doctor for me, but actually you're not the doctor for me because I don't want to lift. So I told her I don't want to move forward. Not at all. And at this time, my husband was in Atlanta because we had just flew back from Mexico for my birthday trip. So I flew from Mexico home, and he flew from Mexico to Atlanta to grab the kids. So leave that alone, okay, baby?
Yeah.
So So I called him and I was like, I can't get my surgery anymore. And if you guys don't know, I'm extremely dramatic. So he thought something like, well, they denied me or whatever the case may be. And I was like, no. They said I need a lift first, and I don't want to pay for a lift. I want to pay to have my girls done. Like, why? I don't want a lift. And he asked me, like, why can't you get a lift? And basically she explained to me was she wasn't going to do a lift on me. Because what happens is, she wasn't going to do the augmentation on me. Because what happens is she'll put the implants in, but they're still going to droop. And they're just going to be droopier than what they already were. So she said, I'm not doing it. You can get a lift, and then in 6 months you can come back, and then we can revisit you getting the implants. So I told her, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Nope, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna get a lift. And so I think I sat in the bed and cried for 2 days straight, and I'm not exaggerating. I literally sat there and cried because I felt like my dreams were this close in my hand, and then it just crushed. And I'm like, that was not part of my plan. Like, my plan was to go straight and get my augmentation. Like, I didn't plan for a lift. I didn't plan for this obstacle, and it took me like a minute to get out of it. So then I finally was like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm gonna go get the lift. But I was not excited about the lift because, again, it's not what I wanted. So now my mindset was, let me just hurry up and get this over with so I can go and get my real surgery. So I called back and I actually scheduled my appointment for my lift. So then, y'all, I became like obsessed. Super duper obsessed, like what the girls look like with a breast lift. Like, what size were they before? Let me rewind. I did tell y'all I was on the phone crying like, I'm a B cup and I'm gonna look like a boy. My doctor was like, you're not a B cup. And I'm like, shit, me? Because I'm wearing a 34B. She was like, well, you shouldn't be wearing a 34B because that's not your size. I'm like, okay, let me go get measured, all right? Still gonna go get measured because I felt like if I go get measured and these people tell me I'm a B, then I'm gonna back out of this surgery because all I know is I'm gonna go from a B to an A. Whenever you get a breast lift, you always lose 1 cup. 1 cup. So you always lose 1 cup, and I'm just like, a B to A, it's not even worth it. Like, I have to still look at myself for 6 months, and I don't want to look, and I'm looking like a whole boy flat chested and stuff. That's not gonna work for me. But I went ahead and scheduled it, and there's this website called Real, REAL Self, and once you subscribe to it or whatever, it's free, but once you sign up and you prove you're over 18, you can see the results of all these different people who get a breast lift, a BBL, augmentation, any type of surgery. So I was looking at different women, and then I came across this girl, and she actually went to my doctor, and her breast lift was immaculate. And I was like, wait, those look good. And she started off smaller than me. So if those look good, then mine are going to look good. But, like, Aiden. No, sorry. Okay, we're back. You know, my baby had to readjust it. But honestly, I just started looking at other women. But once I found that girl who actually went to my doctor and I loved her results and I could tell that she was smaller than me, I started being able to, like, okay, breathe. Okay, breathe. And when I actually did pay for my breast lift, I put my deposit down, but I didn't pay for it yet. Once I fully paid for it in full, I went ahead and paid my deposit for my augmentation too, to make me just feel better. So yes, you guys, I got a breast lift. I got the breast lift because I ain't have no choice. It's not like that was my initial thought. I wanted to get my implants, but before I could do that, I had to get the lift. And honestly speaking, I'm so glad I got it because now I feel like, oh, whoa. Whoa, but you'll understand when I get to these pros and cons. Were you afraid, and if so, of what? Yes and no, I'll be honest. I was initially afraid to say yes to committing to the surgery. Like, I never thought it was possible for me. It's a dream that I've always wanted since I was in high school. Any of my friends can tell you that's always been my running joke. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe to get boobs, donate some of yours. Like, I've always been insecure about it. Alright, BGH fam, we're back. Your girl's battery died, so I had to go charge it real quick, but we're back. I think we left off, was I afraid? Honestly speaking, no, I was not afraid. I was afraid to commit. I was afraid to be like, okay, I'm about to do it. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to pay for it, because it's like, we always pray for things, but we never actually, talk about what happens when we get the things that we pray for. And for me, sometimes it can be a little bit scary. And I was like, whew, it's about to happen. Like, I have wanted this my entire life, and you're mean to tell me I'm about to commit to it? That part was scary. Once I committed, nothing else scared me. Not going under for anesthesia, not being under the knife, not the amount, the length of the surgery, because the surgery was 3 hours. None of that scared me whatsoever. It was actually committing. And it's so funny because that really applies to everything you do in life. The actual act of doing something is so liberating. Fear is not real. It's false evidence that appears real. So stop believing in it. Just jump right into it. And honestly, the rest just is freaking amazing. Like, the surgery went smooth. There was no complications. I got to get I told her I wanted to do the auto aug, and what that means is to like give you a lift. But if you have extra fat, they can put the auto augmentation up top, kind of like up here, so it looks like fuller. They give you that option, and I was able to get that. So honestly, everything went smooth. But if I was so concerned about the fears or shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or what might happen or this, I would have never taken the first step. And taking that first step, even though it's just surgery, allowed me to take other first steps in my life and realize, hey, once you commit, you commit. The rest will fall in place. And if it doesn't, it's still actually working out for your good. How long was the procedure? Like I said, the procedure was 3 hours. It was so quick. It did not feel like 3 hours. When I woke up, I was truly disturbed that I was awake. How long is recovery? Okay, so let's break it all down of what the process looks like from start to actual finish. So, at least for my doctor, one of the prescriptions that she gave me was a patch that I had to put behind my ear. It makes you kind of drowsy and stuff like that. And I had to put it behind my ear 24 hours before the surgery. Then I went to the surgery center, and the anesthesiologist comes in and she puts the IV in and she puts it in. Perfect. So once she does the IV, or whatever she puts in the IV, she just like, you're going to start to feel real sleepy. And I'm like, good. And I started feeling it. And I was like, I just want to go to sleep. Can I go to sleep now? I just want to go to sleep. And they also made me take some medicine when I got there that was going to reduce my hunger, so I don't be hungry in the middle of surgery. But I swear to God, it made me even more hungrier. Like, for those of y'all that don't know, my appetite is like, my appetite is so big. Like, y'all, I eat and eat and eat and eat, and it's like, it just fulfills me and makes me so happy. Chick-fil-A is a snack for me. It's not a meal. It's not lunch. It's not dinner. It is a snack. I'm gonna have Chick-fil-A for a snack and then something else for lunch. Like, I just love to eat. So I already couldn't eat 24 hours before the surgery. Now you're gonna give me something that's gonna make me less hungry. And yeah, I'm still hungry. Whatever. So at this point, I'm like, I just want to go to sleep. So they wheeled me into the surgery room. I can't really remember what they asked me before. No, I did. She asked me, what is your favorite place to be in the whole wide world? I was like, the beach. The beach is just everything. So she was like, think about the beach. And y'all, I'm a little nasty, so I thought about me and my husband on the beach doing the deal. And next thing I know, I woke up and we wasn't on the beach doing the deal. I remember when they woke me up, I was in the recovery room. And I remember them trying to wake me up, and my doctor was like, y'all gotta wake her up. And I told them, I said, y'all can't rush greatness. Y'all was on that stuff, and I was saying everything. And it was like, but your eyes aren't open. I said, my eyes are open. They're just chinky. So she was doing the test, like, how many fingers, and I was getting it correct, but they was rolling. So my husband had got an Uber to pick me up. Y'all, I don't remember getting in the Uber. I don't remember my husband picking me up. Apparently, he said that I told him, okay, I'm hungry and I want some steak. I don't remember any of that. They kept saying, I was like, I just gotta call my sister. I gotta call my sister. My sister missed me. Y'all, me and my sister are like best friends. So I literally text my sister right before I went into surgery. So I knew she was gonna be like worried, like, is she okay? How did it go? So it makes sense. So I kept saying, call my sister, call my sister. But y'all, they said I was on the phone with my sister, still talking about I need to call my sister. And I kept telling her, I need to see you pictures. And I ain't never seen her pictures. I don't remember nothing that happened on the first day. Like my first day of recovery, I literally just slept all freaking day. And then it's like I ate and then went back to sleep. And so that is what I did for day 1 of recovery. Now, honestly, y'all, I thought I was going to be able to vlog every single day of my recovery process so you guys could see it. Bullshit. Not happening. Wasn't going to work. Y'all, let me tell you, day 2, I was even more tired. Because now day 2, I have to take the medication that they prescribed me. Which they prescribed me like 6 different medications. I'll look it up and tell you guys the name or whatever. But one medication I had to inject inside myself. Another medication was for the blood clots. The one that I injected inside myself was for the blood clots. The one that I had to take by mouth was also for the blood clots. But you had to take it right in the middle of you eating and then finish the rest of your food. Because if not, you would be like drowsy or you would feel just so weird. And I messed up on my first day and I didn't take it correctly. Your girl wasn't, this wasn't it for me. I was like, no. But I had to stay up, baby, because the Bucks was playing and we don't do nothing else. We gonna watch that football game. Whew, but it was so rough because it was like, I felt, and it was like, and I wanted to go to sleep, but then I wanted to stay up, but I didn't feel good to go to sleep, so it was so uncomfortable. And it was nothing to record. Like, y'all was just gonna see me sleeping and talking in my sleep, and that's it. I will say that on the first night I slept fine. The second night became a little bit uncomfortable because my back was hurting. I already have severe back issues. I've always had them since I was in 6th grade. When I got pregnant, they got worse. I call it sciatica nerve or sciatic nerve. I got that while I was pregnant, and I still have those side effects. Like, it still happens. So whenever I experience back pains, your girl is out for the count. Hold on, let me get some water. Alright, y'all, we back. But yeah, whenever I get back pains, I really don't deal well. Like, excuse me, I don't have the corona, y'all. Don't y'all fret. I ain't got the corona. But so like when I have back pains, I'm done for. I have a high tolerance for pain, but now when it comes down to my back, that's just not it. So I would have to sleep kind of like this, and then it became uncomfortable because then I can't see the TV. Then my back hurt, but still like that. But I had a chair in my hotel room. Y'all, that chair was so helpful. When I sat in the chair, it was cool. I didn't sleep in the chair. The worst part, excuse me, about my recovery, y'all, those damn, those drains. Let me tell you something. They didn't tell me about them drains, honey. They put these drains on the side of you, y'all. And it goes like right here. They put 2. No the fuck ma'am. No thank you. No, no, no. Y'all, those drains were so irritating. And it's like I could feel it. I could see it. And I was like, this is not it. They made them so uncomfortable. They're helpful because when the blood drains out, okay, great, that's helpful. No, it was so annoying. I could feel it in my ribs. So every time I turn, I'm like, ugh. And you have to be mindful. They have to clip onto you, to your bandage. So you have to be mindful that whenever you're changing, you don't forget you have them, because if they drop, they're going to pull. They're not going to come out because it's stitched. It's literally stitched to you. So it won't come out, but it's going to yank. Luckily, I always remember it, so I didn't experience that. But the drains were the hardest part of my recovery process. And I had to have them for a week. An entire week. It was so frustrating. It was so annoying. Like, my breasts didn't hurt at all. That was perfect. But the drains, I wouldn't trade that shit for nothing. Like, I wouldn't wish drains on my worst enemy. So annoying. What, the third day, I think the third day I thought, bitch, you superwoman, you can do this shit. I went to the mall, y'all, and then granted, my doctor did say you should be able to shop, go explore Dallas. I don't know why she told that lie. Girl, I was at the people mall about to die. And again, like I told you, I have a high tolerance for pain. So when I'm in pain, you're not going to look at me and be able to tell. And I'm not going to say nothing. So me and my friend went all across the mall. We probably been out for like 6 hours or so. I could be exaggerating. I'm not trying to allow these people YouTube. But that's what it felt like, okay? So we get to her apartment or whatever. Her sister comes. And I haven't seen her sister in like forever. Because me and my friend grew up together in high school. And so me and her sister were always like twins or whatever. So I got to see her sister. And her sister's like, what is up? Like, what is this stuff on you? I was like, oh, I got drains. So I lifted it up. And my friend was like, you had me out in these people's streets? And the whole time, like, I was like, girl, I know, but it's time I get back to this hotel because the pain is starting to kick in. I had to take ibuprofen 800 and that helped. The pain was completely bearable. Like, honestly, on a scale of 1 through 10, I might say a 2. The drains were annoying. They didn't really hurt. Yeah. Well, my recovery process overall on a scale of 1 through 10 within my first week and first week only, about a 3, I would say. I found myself a lot more hungrier, which for me was kind of alarming because I'm often hungry a lot. So to double that was kind of scary. I was a lot hungrier. I don't usually take medication on a regular, so like when it's that time of the month, I don't take anything for it. When I'm in pain, I don't take anything for it. I just deal with it. So to have to kind of take medicine was kind of like, ugh. But then I know it was like an adjustment for my body because I went from not taking medication at all to now I'm taking such strong medication. So I know that was like a huge adjustment for me. I spent most of my days during recovery just sleeping. So after I went to the mall and my friend was like, oh no, we got to get you back to this hotel. I don't think I went back out again until the day before we flew out to go back home. So that was the November 4th. That's the day I went back out and I felt great. I was like, whew. But that's also the day I got my drains taken out. So they take out your drains a week after. Well, maybe not a full week because I had the surgery on Friday. They took it out on a Thursday. And once they took those drains out, your girl was back in business, okay? Then I was like, whew, whew, all right, I can maneuver this. I got it. So I found myself like walking up the steps. Honey, I was out of breath. Now, I don't know if that was because of the surgery or because I'm really just out of shape and ain't been working out. But for now, I'm going to blame it on the surgery. But honestly speaking, I'm going to say my recovery process after that was up and down. So like I have to wear this bra. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm so short. I have to wear this bra. It just zips up and then it hooks in the middle or whatever. So I had to wear that for 6 weeks. And it compresses it down. So it reduces all the swelling that I have. Because initially right after surgery, your girl was like, oh, are these gonna stay? But nah, they ain't stay, honey. It was just swelling. So I noticed, like, they said you may experience itching or burning. Honey, that itching was no joke. I don't scratch at all, but I was like, whoo. And it's weird, because you know how, like, when you got your weave on and you be wanting to pat your head? I said, how weird would it look if I'm like this in public? But, honey, I would just go like this. And I'm like, if people gonna judge me, honey, they gonna have to judge me because this itching is not it for me. So it did itch. I just started experiencing, like, the burning sensations, like, maybe this week, the end of last week. It's nothing too major. When I say burn, it's like, oh, that's done. That's it. Like, it's nothing serious. I did have to have, like, this bandage that went, so my scar is like an anchor. And what I mean by that is it goes down. Like that. literally like an anchor, but I'll post a picture right here so you can understand what I mean. So I had like a bandage going down right here and up under it, and within the first week it should come off, and if it doesn't, you take it off. So once I took it off, I was actually able to like see my girls, like see what I'm working with, see what the scarring looks like. But recovery process overall, not just within the first week, like the total being my first month, yeah, a 3. Like totally not bad whatsoever. I can sleep just fine. I sleep on my breast, I sleep on my back, I sleep on my side, I sleep on my husband. Like totally fine, nothing major whatsoever. Let's see, how do your scars look? Okay, so like I just told you, I do have the anchor. I can't show you everything because YouTube is not gonna kick me off their channel, but like you can kind of see right here the bottom scar, and like if I lift it up a little bit, you can kind of see what that looks like. And it's the same on the other side, and it goes up. And I don't know if you can still see, like right here, that is where my drains were. So freaking annoying, but that's what the scarring looks like. The scarring around my nipples, honey, I'm not even gonna lie, she did what she had to do. She understood the assignment, because I don't even see any scarring. I'm like, weird, because they look great. Scarring doesn't bother me. That wasn't an issue. That wasn't a concern. Again, like I said, I have always wanted this surgery, so I didn't care what the scar was gonna look like. Take me to the finish line, baby. Let's go. It did give me this cream to put on to like make the scarring fade, but I can't use the cream until after 6 weeks. So again, I just told you, I literally just hit a month yesterday, so I can't use it. So to me, it looks good now, so I can only imagine after I use that cream, it's gonna be like, scar? What scar? I see no scar. So yes. Who was your doctor and how did you find her? My doctor, her name was Dr. Farrakhan, and she's located in Dallas, Texas. I will link all of her information right here. I found her, truthfully speaking, I was watching another YouTuber, my 𝘍𝘬𝘏 sister, and she actually went to her. And honestly speaking, I'm like, well, I trust her, so let's roll with it. Let's run it. But I was going to see like the energy. I'm really big on energy. It took me 2.5 seconds to realize if I want to fuck with you or not. It's just that simple for me. So I'm like, let me book a consultation. My consultation was only $75. So I'm like, what am I going to lose? $75? Whatever. And when I met her, I knew she was the person for me, because anyone who can be so bold and just be like, look down, what do you see? Nothing. That's the person for me, because I need you to be so transparent like that with me and just be honest. And like, she wasn't like, oh, well, I'll do both just to take your money. No, not at all. And she stood in, I'm not going to do the procedure that you're asking for. You can find someone else, but if you want to go with me, then this is what's going to be done. And I needed that. So that's what made me feel comfortable in trusting her and like, okay, this is a person that I want to go with. And not to mention every single question I had, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I have about 5 million questions every single month. From May all the way into October, I always got a response back. I always got a response back. Even to this day, I still talk to her. She's amazing, the perfect person for me. And it's like any question that I have, she answers. After surgery, I was asking her questions and she was answering them for me. And I'm like, this is your weekend, this is your day off, and you're still answering to this day. Like, she's hands down amazing. Like, so amazing. I hands down recommend her. What medication did you take? Okay, this is I'm gonna get into it. I have a picture, a screenshot, so let me find it. Cause baby, let me tell you, it was a lot of pills. It was so many pills. I said, well, damn, what I need all of this for? And I'm gonna be honest, like, you don't really need all of that. You really don't need all of that. And that's something that I wish I knew in the beginning, because I'm like, honey, I could have saved a little bit of coins. Because when I tell you the price of everything and then the stuff that I had to pay for it that was not included in surgery, yeah, that should be disclosed ahead of time. I'm trying to find this picture, y'all, because I know I sent it to my sister. I told y'all my sister my best friend. So I had to send her all my medications because I don't like taking them. Perfect. So here we go. I had ibuprofen 800. Then I had the nitrobid, and that was the ointment, which you don't even use the ointment until the day after you have surgery, and they show you how to put the ointment on. And where was I putting the ointment? Babe, where was I putting that ointment, that deadly ointment? Where did it go? Oh, yes, on my nipples. And that was it. And so apparently this ointment, like if kids get into it, it'll stop their heartbeat and all that stuff. So like the day I went in for my post-op, my last post-op to get my drains, they told me to bring that ointment, and they just kept it. So I felt like, well, if you telling me to do it, you telling all your other clients to do it, so you could have passed me some of them extra ointments. I ain't have to go buy it. I mean, it was $1.73, but still not the point. Not the point. Then I had to get some ciprofloxacin HCl. That was the medication I could not stand. I hated it. That's the one that made me feel groggy and not myself, but it helps with blood clots and to prevent all of that. But I had to take it twice a day, so I took it in the morning while I was eating breakfast, and then finished eating breakfast, and then I took it at night right when I was sleepy, because I didn't want to have to keep feeling that feeling. I want to be able to go to sleep. The scopolamine, that's the patch I told you that you put behind your ear. Truthfully, they need to run me my money back on that too, because you only use it once. So honestly, if you guys are considering getting this surgery and they tell you to get this, I got a whole box of that upstairs. Like, I only use one. So I paid for a whole damn box to use one? No. And then the Love Knocks, that's what you put. You have to grab your stomach, grab your fat, and honey, that wasn't hard because I got plenty of that, okay? You had to grab your fat and then inject yourself once a day. The injection wasn't hard. If you saw my last video, you see me do it. It just became annoying. So I literally took it, like if I was tired and I felt myself going to sleep, I would wake up, take the shot, go back to sleep. I didn't want to deal with none of that either. What I will say, the worst part of recovery was, for me, my weight. Like, I instantly bloated. And then 1 week I would go back down. And the next week I would bloat really big. And at first I was like, damn, you up here looking like Nutty Professor, honey. You need to get back in this gym. Because I don't know who wedding dress you about to fit in. Because this is not it. But then the next week when I went back down, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is this medication. Y'all, I'm going to put a picture in here. And all I'm going to say is, what the fuck? So many people asked me if I was pregnant, to the point where I wish I was saying yes. Yes, honey, yes. But no, it's the fat. It is literally fat. That was the worst part, my weight going up and down, up and down. I feel like right now I'm kind of normal. But again, we'll see next week. The question you guys have all been waiting for. How much did it cost? I'm going to be honest, it really wasn't expensive. I expected, well, the augmentation, I expected to be like $20,000, $15,000. Not even. I will say that the breast lift is more expensive than the augmentation because there's more work that has to be done. So I'm going to tell you the total price. I'm not even going to play with you on these people YouTube and make up some number. I'm going to give you the exact number for my doctor. Mine. Down to the T. Okay? Let's see. You would think, as much as I looked at this, that it would be right here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So, my breast lift with anchor scar was $4,750. But then they also include the Cosmet Assure Standard, which is $185 and you only need one. Then you have the Silicone Breast Kit, which is $175 and then you only need one. And then you have the Willow Bend surgery fee, which is $2,550. And then you have anesthesia, which is $650, which that has to be paid in cash the day of surgery. So my total was $8,310, and my deposit was $511. So you can put the surgery date for whatever day you want, and you just pay $511. You can pay on it however much you need to pay on it. You are able to move your surgery date once with no fee. If you move it again, it's $1,000 fee. I moved my surgery date from June because I wanted it to be June when I knew I was getting the augmentation, from June to October, so I didn't have to pay a fee. So that's what it costs just for the lift. But I will be 100% honest, I probably paid like $10,000, $11,000 in total because of all of the outside costs that's associated with it. So my prescription, and yes, your girl got insurance, but after insurance, which didn't really cover shit, I'm gonna be honest, my total prescriptions was like $90. I had to go and purchase this bra, and they have a specific bra. It's called the 𝘍𝘬𝘭𝘱 bra from Athleta. I don't know, we don't have those in Georgia and we don't have them out here, but they're in Texas. So I paid like $60 for this bra, but I bought two because I bought one online and it didn't ship. So when I got to Texas, I bought another one. They tell you to wear like pajamas or something, so I paid money for pajamas. Because let me be honest, I sleep in my birthday suit, so I don't be having pajamas. So I had to go buy some pajamas. I bought some extra house shoes. I didn't really need them, but your girl's obsessed with house shoes. I bought all the zip-up sweaters because lifting your arms can be a little bit like uncomfortable for a while. So I just want everything to just zip up, no problem. What else? Tickets. So because it was out of state from where I lived, it was in Texas, and y'all know I live in DMV, I had to pay for flights. I had to pay for the hotel, so it's like $600 some plus for the hotel. Flights was super cheap because I booked my flight in May, so it was so cheap. But then you gotta pay for food out there. Y'all, it ain't gonna lie, it was expensive. You do have the option to finance with Care Credit. I chose not to finance with Care Credit because I'm really want to get my house. And so I don't want nothing, no finances, no nothing, none of that to be on my credit. So I just went ahead and paid for it in full. I paid for it in full, I think in July, right before I went wedding dress shopping. Smart, right? Like literally a few days before I caught my flight to go wedding dress shopping. I paid for it in full. And then I also went ahead and paid for my deposit for my implant surgery. And so I just pay on that little by little, $5, $10. I'm joking. I'm not joking. But no, seriously. And I booked it. It's 6 months to the date of when I had this surgery. So I got my breast lift October 29th. So my breast augmentation surgery is October, oops, I'm lying. See, lying on these posts, YouTube. It's April 29th. So I'm excited. I think I kind of know what size I want to be. But hold up. Rewind. Remember when I told you I was a B cut? So I'm like, you know what? Let me go to these people Victoria's Secret and let them measure me and tell me my size. Y'all, I'm a whole 34D. And I was wearing B cups. I don't know. A little embarrassed to say that out loud, but I said, D. I said, wrap it around again, honey. You read that wrong. She said, no, here, I'm going to give you some bras to try on. And baby, I was like, they fit. Not like sitting out here and got all this space. Like, they fit. So I actually found out, like, even though I was able to wear the B cup, if all of this was hanging out on the side, that is not your size. So your girl was a 34D. I'm like, okay. So I'm feeling like once these babies drop and set in, I better be a C. Because I can't be no B. Because the B stands for boy and I can't be the boy. Like, it's not going to work, not going to work. So like in a couple more weeks, I'm going to do another video where I can show you my scars better. Like after 6 weeks, I can actually tell you like what size I am. I have my consultation. I'm lying. It's my consultation. I have my post-op appointment with my doctor December 6th. And once she sees that everything's okay, she's going to give me the green light to get my implants, but it ain't nothing else that she need to see, because she sees something wrong to honey. She need a new prescription, because baby, we not playing these games. April 29th, this is the day I've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, her. I cannot wait. Like, baby, when I say I'm counting down the days, I had 6 months. As of yesterday, I got 5 months, and I'm gonna have some new friends. Some yes. No, but seriously though, I highly would recommend my doctor. I have seen horror stories, like even on realself.com. Like, some people, y'all, I'm just like, why did you go then? Go to those people. Some of the top doctors, like, you go to their Instagram, you like, yes, and then of course they charge more because of their name and their fame. They have such negative reviews, and I was like, no, Dr. Khan is like the perfect person for me, because my girl's over here looking scrumptious as can be. So I'm so excited. Oh, wait a minute, y'all, I didn't even tell y'all about the restrictions. Let me tell you, because they ain't tell me, and I ain't found out till it was too late, and I was pissed the off. Let me tell you about these restrictions. You can't lift anything more than 5 pounds or 15. One of the two, something with a 5 in it. What else? You cannot work out, which when she told me that, I didn't really care, because I haven't been working out. But then I see why she said it. When that weight started piling up, I was like, oh, I need to work out. I don't really care about the rest. This is the most important restriction. For 6 weeks. For 6 weeks, you cannot do. You cannot have sex. But you told me this after I signed my soul on the dotted line and got the surgery. So that I need a clarification. Can I not have sex, or can I not have orgasm? Because I can have orgasm in a multitude of ways. So I need you to be more specific. Because, you know, we got the back door, we got the front door. Like, what door can we not go in? Honey, you can't go in the back door, the side door, the front door. Honey, you can't use your tongue to spell the alphabet. You can't do nothing. Y'all, December 10th is around that corner, and I can finally celebrate. Like, if they don't tell you nothing else, don't worry about them prescriptions. Don't worry about what hotel you're gonna stay at. Don't even worry about the doctor, honey. Worry about for 6 weeks. For 6 whole weeks, you can't do nothing. And I don't know about y'all, but as soon as I get off my cycle, it's like I got my knees, and you need to satisfy my knees, like, right now. And of course, I had just got off my cycle, so this has been a long 6 weeks. I ain't even really wait 6 weeks after I had my kids, you know. But I was like, I'm not gonna mess up this $8,000 investment, so we gonna have to wait. So y'all say extra prayer for me, because baby, it's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh yes it is. But seriously, you guys, this wraps up my Q&A. If you have any more questions, or if you want to talk to me directly, y'all slide in my DMs. I do not bite, I promise. My Instagram, I'll put it right here for those of you who don't have it. But thanks for sitting down and going over this Q&A with me. I'll be back with some more videos, because I got a surprise for y'all. Bye, BGH fam.